Hey guys, welcome back to Range of Survival in Fieldcraft. I'm Andrew, and what I have for you today is just a look at a micro pocket EDC kit. Really small items put in the pocket that we can use for survival as well as an urban environment to give us a lot of bang for our buck in a very small package. Stand by. For our buck. Now let's go over these items very quickly. I'm actually going to move these off really quick because they're super small and easy to move. All right, so that first item is just a Leatherman PS4 squirt. These are discontinued. They're kind of hard to find, but they're basically just small little multi-tools, and I like to have the ones with pliers. I'm not a big fan of the ones with scissors, but with those pliers we can manipulate things like picking up a fish hook or getting that fish hook out of the fish's mouth. I'm going to hang on to that. But then we can also use the pliers themselves to cut wire, so it makes it a really good survival tool. And they actually pack these in Air Force and Army SEER kits and the survival kits that aviators have, so it just makes sense to have something small like this besides maybe a pocket carry kit. But we also have that knife. That knife is very, very sharp. Put a good edge on this. So we've already been cutting a little bit of the paper, but you can see that there is a very solid edge on that knife. So we can hone that to a nice fine edge to process game, gut game, or cut whatever we need. And then it comes also with a file. And so we can use that to actually sharpen our fish hooks if they dull up or we use them. Typically you're gonna have kind of a larger fish hook in the hat or as part of the kit, maybe an everyday carry item, maybe in the tin. But we can use that file to sharpen that up. We can also use the file to sharpen nails or other pieces of metal for our use. So speaking of the file, we can also use that file as a striker. For our ferro rod, which is one of the intents for having this in a military survival kit, because you're gonna have a scout ferro rod as part of that SEER kit, some sort of other ferro rod. So having that squirt is just a multi-tool. And then also scissors. I'm a big fan of scissors on the multi-tool because we can use those not only for cutting different items like fish line, but we can also use them for hygiene to cut nails, trim those up, especially in a survival setting so we're not scratching our eye after we're washing ourselves or cleaning ourselves, and then we have all that dirty, nasty stuff underneath our nails that goes into our eye. We also have that bottle opener screwdriver, and then that small pick with a screwdriver on it as well. This is a relatively expensive tool nowadays because they're discontinued, hard to find, and if you do find one, they're gonna be over $100 or so. So I picked a couple of these up back in the day, and I add them to my kit. So for a good micro tool, a very small tool, that Leatherman squirt is great. So having a squirt like this or a small multi-tool with all those contraptions on it is gonna be a good item, especially for survival, but in a micro kit, it's gonna be great, probably number one. And then next, just a small Bic lighter. Obviously that number one fire starting tool. Get a fire going very quick and easy. Just a small one like this that fits in the pocket, wrapped with 100-mile-an-hour tape or duct tape, same thing, that we can use as a flame extender to get a fire going, plus that duct tape acts as a band-aid in case we have a little cut that we need to wrap up or anything like that. But that number one fire starter, that lighter right there, that we can save, keep dry, or rescue if it gets wet to bring it back to life and then get that fire going. So we've got that lighter. Next, cordage. Always have a hank of cordage in the pocket. 550 cord, 6 feet or more is gonna be great. This is actually 10 feet of micro cord, and that micro cord is approximately 100-pound tensile strength. So 10 feet of it, we can use this for a bow drill string. We can use it for a nightline for fishing. We can use it in conjunction with that fishing hook and go fishing, that hook that's hidden under our hat patch or in our tin. We can use that to go after fish at the water's edge and get a meal. Having a micro cord like this, thus the kit, micro kit or EDC, is a lot of cordage in a very small package that we can use for a lot of different purposes. So micro cord, 10 feet or more. And another micro item that I'm a big fan of are those button lights or small pin lights. This one is red, and it's got 3 settings, bright, low, and then a strobe setting for signaling, but that red lens, especially at night, that we can use to look at a map. It's low emission, so it's not gonna travel as far as a white light or maybe a brighter light, but we can use this red light to at least see in the dark, and I usually carry just a pocket light or a small stream light or pin light in the pocket anyway, just on the off chance the power goes out or happen to find myself in a dark spot. But a small button light like this we can use with the key ring, attach it to a zipper, attach it to our pack, or tie it off to our pocket or our belt, and we've got a flashlight ready to go so we can see in the dark or possibly signal for rescue. So we've got that light. And speaking of signaling, we've got that small mirror. This is from ASE Best Glide. It's one of those small metal mirrors. So it's not going to go anywhere, it's not going to break, and we can use this with the sun's rays to signal search and rescue. It comes with handy dandy instructions on the back, but signaling mirrors have been used for a long time to signal and send messages, but also for signaling search or rescue. There are people and military personnel who've been recovered via signaling mirror, signaling aircraft. There are stories of evaders that have been found and recovered via signaling mirror from upwards of 100 miles away. So they are a very powerful tool. Plus, it's a hygiene item, so we can look in places we can't necessarily see with our eyes to remove a tick, a splinter, or see something we have an injury. And so this doubles as a hygiene tool as well. So having that mirror, that small one especially, that maybe we can hide in our cash belt is going to be incredibly important as well for a signaling device. Very lightweight, indestructible metal that we can use to signal, search and rescue, and get recovered quickly. So we've got that small mirror. Next, if we can't get recovered, we should probably know how to find directions and land navigate with even just a basic tool like a button compass. This button compass, as you can tell, has the bezel ring around it so we can actually get decent degree readings, but all we really need is to find cardinal directions. And then if we have pen and paper, we can actually use that pen and paper to recreate a protractor and use that protractor with this button compass to give us more accurate readings to land navigate using improvisational methods. But as long as we have basic cardinal directions and we know which way recovery is going to come from or where our recovery area needs to be, we can move out in that direction, terrain associate, and then find our way out. And I typically keep this right on my watch right here for quick direction finding aid, as well as in the event we've got to follow our evasion plan of action, we've got this, so at least we can start moving out quickly and then get a better reading later on with more advanced tools. So we've got that button compass as a micro kit item. And then speaking of note taking, having a small pen or writing stick is great, especially in a survival environment, for leaving notes behind on pieces of wood or leaves. We actually used to take this, write on leaves, the grid to our recovery location once we got it from our handler over the radio, and then we would just crumple up that leaf and leave it after memorizing that grid. That way the enemy couldn't find it on us. But with this, we can also use it in an urban setting for writing, taking notes, obviously, and then it even doubles as just a simple self-defense weapon. Jabbing this in sensitive areas of a pursuer or a captor could help us escape. And we've got something small like this that can fit in the pocket, which is why we include it as a micro item. And then one of the last items for escape for a micro item, this is actually just a button cuff key. And what I usually do with this is I'll sew this into my uniform on one of the buttons. That way we've got a cuff key ready to go, and it's usually just one or two threads. I've got a small needle and thread set right there. We can take that or even put this in our survival tin and then sew it into our clothing or replace a button with it in a place where it may not be searched, and you've got a cuff key that you could potentially use later on to get out of handcuffs. Just another escape item, but it's a micro item because obviously you can see how small that key is, and this makes a great escape tool. Have a couple of these sewn into pairs of uniforms, and we have escape items ready to go as part of our micro kit. Good to go. All right, guys. Well, I really hope you like this video. Just a down and dirty video with a micro pocket EDC kit. A lot of these items just really small, but give us a lot of bang for our buck for survival, and a very lightweight kit as well, as you can tell. So if you did like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment in the comment section. I always appreciate your feedback. I want to thank you guys for what you do for me, for this channel, for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your comments, your feedback, and your shares, and I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.